Good morning, you lovely people. What is going on? Good to see everybody. Mining King in the house this morning. It is like 5 a.m. where you are. What are you doing up? Or did you just fly in? Let's see. Let's see what he's saying in the chat real quick. He says, I never make the streams because they are the crack of dawn. Oh, man. Well, you've been traveling the last couple days, so good to see you here, buddy. Carl Coate, what's up, buddy? Dumpster File, Kyle Rosa, Game with Smokey Dan. We have Geek of All Trades. What's up, buddy? Who else is here? Steven Cicero, J-Dub, good to see you. Yellowstone Mining, my man. Sadie Sometimes, how are you? Leo Lusting, Kyle Rosa, I think I already said that. Let's see. Alexander, what's up, buddy? D. Geppetto, Backwards Miner, Dakota Mining. Everybody else, appreciate you guys. All right. News is like all over the place today, so we're just gonna watch a couple videos, see how things are. But first, obviously, as always, let's check out the market. Looks pretty red today. Not too great. 28,000 Bitcoin. We have 1,800 ETH. So some experts, right, or YouTubers, influencers are calling for like 25,000 swing for Bitcoin. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know what you think. The Mining King says he's all in on Dynex and Nexa. Perfect. I have a little Nexa. I think I mined 1 million Nexa once. Like one day. I think it was one day. I let my 23090s run it for a day. And then I got off it. So I banked 1 million and it's just sitting in the wallet. I just have to find the wallet. But Dynex, I think I want to talk about Dynex this afternoon, actually. If anybody's interested in that, let me know in the chat. All right. Crypto bubbles. Let's see what we have here. So, Render down 12.8% on the day. Look at this Pepe meme token. This is another huge like hot topic in the space right now, but it's like not even worth talking about. I don't know if you guys are into that or not. Let me know. But on the week, look at this on the week. Ready? It just completely takes over the whole screen. 379%. Absolutely outrageous. Please take some time to talk about it. All right, Yellowstone Mining. I think it's a good idea. I think we should have a Dynex stream this afternoon. I gotta dig into it a little bit. I'm trying to get you more flux, said the Mining King. he's on the Geek of All Trades side. All right, let's see. 55 for the Fear and Greed Index. Not too bad overall. Pretty much neutral. It says greed, but is what it is. Top 10 coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, USD Coin, XRP, Cardano, Lido Staked Ether, Dogecoin, and Polygon. Still hasn't changed, same as yesterday. Dogecoin still in 9th. I'd like it to flip, but is what it is. All right, let's get into what we're going to check out today. I guess we're gonna start with CoinDesk. They had a live session that they do once in a while, and this is talking about more or less our boy Gary Gensler. So let's see what they have to say here. It's kind of a roast on him. It's kind of funny. Made me laugh a little bit. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. And if you guys have any questions in the chat, please feel free to ask away and just at me if you can. If not, I will try to get to it if I don't miss it. All right, let's do it.
Intermediaries for investment contracts, whether they're exchanges, brokers, dealers, clearinghouses, they need to comply with the securities laws and register with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Instead, many crypto platforms are just pretending that these investment contracts that they offer are more like goldfish. And the lack of compliance.
He's such a goddamn nerd.
By these crypto platforms means that you don't have basic investor protections.
Womp womp. All right, so this is a live session again.
That was SEC Chair Gary Gensler in a new video. We have some dueling videos out yesterday. One from Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong responding to the SEC's Wells notice against the crypto exchange, and this one from Gary Gensler saying, "You better watch out, folks. I'm here to protect you." We had a few boo birds in the audience with the Gary Gensler video, which is always fun for the live show. All right, so this is ramping up into like a major fight. We had Paul Graywall, Chief Legal Officer of Coinbase, here yesterday talking about their approach to this impending fight with the SEC. And it seems as though Gary Gensler is not backing down when it comes to his pursuits of some of these crypto exchanges. Jan, I'm gonna toss it to you for your thoughts.
What is the point of these videos? Like, I'm so sick and tired of seeing Gary Gensler's videos on Twitter. It's just like, every time we we talk about it, I say, Gary wants to be an influencer. Like, what is this? It looks like a YouTube, no offense, Wendy, but this just looks like a YouTube influencer. I just wish that Gary would get into his office and start writing clear regulation and not issuing these videos because they're not doing anything for anyone. I don't.
And to be honest, they make him look freaking stupid. Do they not? Do they not make him look absolutely foolish, like he has no idea what he's talking about when he can't even answer a simple question? What's security? What's not? And yeah, I don't know. He goes out and makes these stupid videos.
Think that retail consumers are watching this and going, oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. I understand why I can't access an exchange and do something that I want to do with my money. And I don't think Coinbase is watching this being like, oh, this is why we got the Wells notice. There's absolutely no point, and it makes me mad. Will?
Real quick. Hold on. She just shit on him pretty good, which is kind of funny. It made me laugh. So I was like, okay, we'll watch this. I'm not usually into like the whole watching the live thing because the background audio, you can hear all the people mumbling. Real quick. So Chadwick said he sold all his Dynex last night. Someone bought $14,000 worth. Crazy. I hope, you know what, Chadwicks, if you can send me maybe some info on that, that'd be great in Discord. We could talk about that this afternoon. I'd like to get into Dynex a little bit if possible.
I think I disagree. I think that we live in a time where you have to be online in order to put your message across. He obviously believes in his message. I mean, he's willing to go to Capitol Hill and get grilled in front of everybody, even though whatever he was saying was quite unclear to the audience. Yeah, communicate to people out what you think, and this is the easiest way to do it. I do love the back and forth, and I hope there's more videos, honestly.
No,
I hope we have way more videos.
Clear regulation.
I hope we have 2-3 videos from him a week. Coinbase comes back at him. We just keep going back and forth.
Okay, so this is the thing, though. Like, Gary, if you're watching this, I would love to consult with you on how to become an influencer, especially a cringe-fluencer like myself. But this is the thing. Like, if you look at these videos on Twitter and you look at the mentions, it is atrocious. Like, people are so mad, they are so upset, they're absolutely slamming him. There are 0 words of encouragement. Nobody is agreeing with him. And also, too, I don't know if you guys saw this, but crypto Twitter, one thing they do is keep receipts. They went back to his MIT teachings. They have pulled media from that and are continue to post these just to prove that he might not necessarily be qualified for the job. So if he wants to be an influencer, good for him. But again, get back to work. The public servants are funded by our taxpayer dollars, and I feel like he's not doing anything really to protect the industry. If anything, he's done a lot to actually damage the industry and hurt retail.
One thing that's interesting about this is the comparison what's going on with Ripple Labs and their fight with the SEC. So back in December of 2020, I believe it was December 2020, Zach fact checked me live. I got the nod. Okay, probably correct. Around that timeline, Ripple was sued by the SEC for its issuance of the XRP token. Ripple Labs has still been in that fight with the SEC for all this time. We're still waiting on a decision there. But there's a lot of similarities between the SEC possible case against Coinbase, just a Wells notice at this point, so we don't know if there's an actual case, just a Wells notice, and the actual regulation that's coming against Ripple Labs. And there was some fight there, right? Like, at the same time, Ripple Labs put out a thought piece in Fortune talking about how this was unfair. There was a lot of verbal fights online. And I think this is just new battleground for regulators, right? 20, 40 years ago, you didn't have this. You didn't have an open platform called Twitter to be able to dunk on your regulator of choice. Now you can do that, and we're going to see more of it. And we're going to see some fisticuffs. People are going to come back with their videos. They're not going to be well produced, but they're going to be there.
I'm here for it. I mean, I think the dueling videos is a nice feature of the messaging warfare,
good content,
right?
It helps us out on our show.
These are two people with strongly held views. The SEC under Gary Gensler has long stated that it sees most of the assets in the crypto world as digital securities. And the way that they're trying to choke off some of that seems to be going to the exchanges, which wouldn't have proper licensure to list these securities because there really isn't that framework there just yet. So you have this strongly held position, you have Brian Armstrong and Coinbase also with a strongly held position. They're duking it out in the Twitter vids. I mean,
But this is the thing. He's talking about intermediaries, crypto companies, exchanges coming in to like register with him. But the folks over at Coinbase said, we will meet with you 24/7, 365. Just tell us when, tell us what we need to do. And again, they approved Coinbase to go public They have a song.
I mean, that was the funny part of the Paul Graywall video. It was like, name the place, anywhere, any place.
It's a
we'll
showdown.
duke it out. We'll
It is a
fight.
crypto
No
showdown.
knives, no guns, fists only. It was like legit, like, let's do this. And so, hey, I'm glad. I think the timing, they both came out around the same time. We were trying to figure out which one went live first. So it's not like they're in direct conversation with each other, but certainly both sides see getting these videos out and telling their side of the story as really important to establishing public opinion on their side. And I mean, it's
All right, I'm just gonna stop it there. Anyways, the difference between the Coinbase video and Gary Gensler is Coinbase and their team clearly know what they're talking about. Gary Gensler, I'm not sure he's fit to be the chair much longer. That's just my opinion. He's I don't know. He's ass backwards, just kind of, you know, backtracking on things he said 2 years ago when he tells you, you know, everything is not a security and now all of a sudden it is and nothing's changed. Like, it makes no sense. So I don't know. Things need to change, but regardless, I want to hear what Mr. Altcoin Daily has to say today about more or less the MasterCard announcement that we talked about yesterday. And I think he does elaborate a bit on Gary Gensler stuff. So let's see in the chat quick. Do you guys have any questions? Yeah, Crypto440. I need to send you my RX 580, but I cannot find any of the heatsink screws. I'm so mad. I put them in a container somewhere. No idea where it is. Can't find it. So it's either got dumped out and I lost all my screws, or I don't know. Pain in the ass. So I am sending that GPU as soon as I find those. I'm gonna look for them today again, and hopefully I find them. All right, let's see. Is Wendy part of their team? She is. She's a part of their team now. Yep. She's on the, like, I don't know, CoinDesk show every so often, I guess. I don't know how often they do it, but a couple times a week, I think. All right, let's see what Altcoin Daily has to say. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat.
Wow. Payments giant MasterCard just made a major announcement regarding cryptocurrency. This happened at Consensus 2023, a crypto conference in Austin, Texas. It just happened. And thus far, most people don't realize how big this is. MasterCard launches crypto credential service for...
Hold on. This isn't the video on the show. This is not the video on the show. Hold on. Hold the phone. I apologize. That's not legit. I was supposed to be talking about a different one today. We saw this one yesterday. Copy pasta did not work this morning. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Hold the phone. I'm like, wait a minute. This one we saw yesterday. This isn't right. This is the one I wanted to watch. You sneaky SOB. I must have put the wrong one in my description. Here we go. Okay.
Gensler is on tape at MIT explaining that none of these cryptocurrencies are actually securities. They don't meet the Howey test.
So we already know in the U.S. and in many other jurisdictions that...
So this was back when he was in MIT, all right? And sorry to mix up the videos. I thought he was talking about MasterCard in this one as well, but he is not. So this is all about how U.S. regulation is failing us, and, of course, this Mr. Burns character right here.
That 3/4 of the market are not ICOs or not what would be called securities, even in the US, Canada, and Taiwan, the 3 jurisdictions that follow something similar to the Howey test that we've talked about. 3/4 of the market is non-securities. It's just a commodity.
And now he's saying, as a politician, that they all do. And so what is it, one way or the other? You know, Coinbase is actually suing the regulator, looking for more clarity. And the regulators are trying to regulate this industry off of a 1933 footprint. And so this would be like me telling you, we created the automobile, and we just recently created the airplane. Take the driver's ed manual and apply it to the air traffic. Okay, you can't use 1930 and 1940 regulation to regulate this industry.
There's so much happening
That's
in
so
crypto.
true.
In this video, I'm going to try to convey to you as many things as I can. I'm not going to be able to share with you everything in this one video. Subscribe to the channel. We cover the cryptocurrency market on a daily basis. Let's jump into it. You won't believe some of the things I'm going to share with you. Bitcoin just processed more transactions than ever before. Bitcoin has blown away its previous record for daily transactions set during the 2017 bull run. It has blown this previous all-time high out of the water. I remember 2017. I remember the previous all-time high.
That's crazy. I didn't know that this happened. I didn't even watch this yet, to be honest.
Bitcoin network was clogged. everybody was using Bitcoin for transactions. So it's pretty amazing that now 4 or 5 years later, Bitcoin has a new all-time high when Bitcoin's at a totally different place in its history. So what is happening on Bitcoin that caused this? Bitcoin just processed more transactions in a single day than at any point in its 14-year history, thanks to ordinals, Bitcoin native NFTs, inscriptions. The daily number of Bitcoin transactions surged beyond 500,000 on Sunday, nearly 78,000 more than its previous peak during the top of the 2017 bull run. Over 300,000 of those transactions were ordinals, the most on a single day ever, and a 16% jump on the previous record set on a Saturday. That means ordinals contributed around 54% of Bitcoin's daily transactions at its all-time record. Ordinals aside, most other Bitcoin transactions right now are monetary in nature, often triggered by crypto exchanges. Importantly, inscriptions represent approximately 30 to 40% of mined transactions, 10 to 20% of fees paid. And fees paid is what most people don't realize about Bitcoin, why this is such a big deal. Bitcoin developing a fee market makes Bitcoin's long-term value prop, in my opinion, even stronger, even better, even more bullish than before. Get ready, my friends, because a Bitcoin bull market is on the horizon. Take a look at this chart. You may be thinking that the current Bitcoin price of almost $30,000 is high, but 1-year hodlers still have no interest in selling their coins, people just buying and holding. The decline of 1-year hodlers is a mark of a true bull run, which hasn't happened yet. Do you still not believe that we're just getting started? And so much innovation is happening this year and for the past couple years, and really for Bitcoin's whole 14-year history and crypto's whole 14-year history. This news is a microcosm for basically what's happening to the whole crypto industry. Phantom multi-chain is rolling out today. So this was just a Solana wallet. Now you can use Ethereum, Matic, Solana, of course, without switching. With support for multiple secret recovery phases, it's easy to import all of your wallets in seconds, compatible everywhere with a MetaMask button or something like that. I really love the direction that this industry is going. Now, something I don't love is the lack of regulation in America. And obviously, I'm not the only one who feels this way. Crypto companies are pleading with UK regulators, do not follow the US. Investment firms like A16Z, Polygon Labs are the latest to praise Britain's approach to crypto regulation in stark contrast to attitudes towards the US policymakers. So let's talk about this. Anthony.
Well, again, we need some sort of regulation, not that everybody wants it. Obviously, we all don't want it, but at the same time, to get big money, big investors in, to open it up to the world, you need some sort of regulation. So that's why they're begging UK not to follow us, because this kind of regulation that we're trying to get with Gary and all the rules and bullshit that just makes absolutely no sense. It's literally just gonna kill the crypto market in the US if it doesn't change. At least my opinion.
Scaramucci is a politician. He knows what the regulators, what they know, what they're talking about. This is exactly how the U.S. regulators are failing us, according to Anthony Scaramucci.
The Mining King in the chat said, because the government is full of retirement home senior citizens.
How do crypto exchanges get regulators to do something different?
Well, that's my point. So until you tell me what the regulators are going to do, you can't really advise the crypto exchanges. Gary Gensler is on tape at MIT explaining that none of these cryptocurrencies are actually securities. They don't meet the Howey test. And now he's saying, as a politician, that they all do. And so what is it, one way or the other? Coinbase is actually suing the regulator, looking for more clarity. And the regulators are trying to regulate this industry off of a 1933 footprint. And so this would be like me telling you, we created the automobile, and we just recently created the airplane. Take the driver's ed manual and apply it to the air traffic. Okay, you can't use 1930 and 1940 regulation to regulate this industry. This industry needs to be regulated differently.
So what are we to make of the fact that we're seeing American crypto exchanges transition and move offshore? Scaramucci, enlighten us.
Yeah, this call for clarity is one that we hear time and time and time again, and nothing is happening with the regulators. What do you make of exchanges going overseas? You know, Coinbase recently said, like, maybe they're going to do it, maybe they're going to leave the U.S. Do you think that's what should be happening?
Well, I think they've already done that, right? I mean, they basically have gotten a license now in Bermuda. Brian was in London, showing himself on Twitter in London. I think they have to prepare themselves for the potentiality that the regulators in the U.S. and some of the politicians are trying to push the industry off the shore of the United States. And so that would be a near-term tragedy for the U.S. It would slow us down. It would crimp our intellectual innovation, and I hope they don't do that. But I mean, the good news about the United States is you get a circulation of elites, and so hopefully Gary's tenure at the SEC is short-lived, and we'll find somebody that's more practical and somebody that wants to bring these jobs to the U.S. What he's doing right now, I think he has to explain to people. He won't. You've got a lot of Republicans in the House that are trying to ask him for that.
He won't because he can't, because he's making it up as he goes.
He's not providing any clarity.
Stupid.
I want to take you back historically. I think it's important. When you had the banking debacle in the 1920s, you had very smart politicians like Franklin Roosevelt. He said, okay, let's go out to the banking industry. Let's have them self-regulate, self-regulatory organization, and let's build laws to create more transparency to reduce fraud. And then he hired Joe Kennedy. He said he's going to put a fox in charge of the hen house. That's Jack Kennedy's dad, who was a stock swindler back in the day. And there was a process in place. If the regulators did something very similar to what would happen in the 1930s, you'd have great regulatory clarity around the cryptocurrency industry.
This is what I'm really excited about. It's awesome to see CoinDesk and other publications picking this story up. Shark Tank, but make it crypto. CoinMarketCap launches a competition TV show.
What? That's cool as hell. You imagine that? They had a Shark Tank that was like crypto version. That'd be so sick.
Whales will allow entrepreneurs to pitch ideas for new Web3 products and projects to a panel of judges.
Did you guys hear about this? Did you guys see this at all? This is awesome. I can't wait to, that's all right. I'm going to look into that.
Let's find out more. Dubbed the Shark Tank of Crypto, Killer Whales will feature a panel of judges or whales who will hear pitches from crypto entrepreneurs and decide if they wish to invest in them and provide mentorship.
That's so
cool. A recent
cool.
update posted by Hello Labs on CoinMarketCap's blog revealed that crypto influencer duo Aaron and Austin Arnold, better known as Altcoin Daily, will produce and star in the reality show. Other judges include Cordell Brodus, aka Champ Medici. Watch now a behind-the-scenes look at the Killer Whales producers, Altcoin Daily, Paul Caslin, Ninja TV Film, decide the final lineup for judges for Killer Whales.
Wait. Altcoin Daily's running this thing? Is that what I just heard? Is that what they just said?
Be very real. If you have her, you do not have me. You have altcoin but no daily.
Okay, guys, it's decision time. We need to select the final lineup of Killer Whales. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna go first.
Top 5, gentlemen.
This guy's a no-brainer. We need him on the show.
You know he's gonna give us great entertainment.
The thing is, you cannot tell the story of cryptocurrency bull market in 2021 without talking about him. I think the thing that separates this show, Killer Whales, is the realism. People want to tune in and see real conversations evaluating these projects that we look at every day. This guy's real.
All right, so this is someone who, from my perspective, is
They're
an
not gonna
absolute
show
must.
us.
And we need this diversity on the show. Like, we have to have some strong female voices on here to balance out the men.
She has a ton of lovers. She has a lot of haters. I'm going to be very real. If you have her, you do not have me. You have altcoin but no daily.
I got an interesting one next. This next guy, to me, the last bull cycle, these guys dominated the space. Every big project they were involved in from a VC perspective.
This guy represents the institutional investors. He's in those board meetings. He knows what that demographic is thinking. I think that's a value add for the show.
I mean, this guy goes full force, really kind of paving the way in the NFT space, I feel.
To me, I feel like we're divided. I'm not sold on him at all.
Who is
To
this
me,
guy?
he wouldn't be in my show.
What?
How many NFTs of his do you hold?
0.
That says it all. I want somebody I can learn from. If he has perspective, if I can learn how to better evaluate projects for me or build projects, that's what I want.
We have the biggest influencers, the biggest VCs, biggest entrepreneurs.
So what we got, Paul?
I think we got our lineup.
We're only supposed to have 5, not 10, correct?
Gentlemen,
Looks like we'll need a bigger boat.
Oh, they're not going to show everybody. What do you think it is?
Also, if you're going to
Interesting.
Bitcoin Miami, 10% off with code AltcoinDaily.
Are you guys going to Bitcoin Miami?
Linked below. Use code AltcoinDaily, 10% off Bitcoin Miami. If you do, get some tickets to this, a little roast of crypto. And Austin and I will be doing about 2 to 3 minutes
Interesting.
each, getting in there with...
Well, I don't know. Shout out to Altcoin Daily. I don't think he's going to talk about anything else besides subscribing to his channel. But yeah, shout out to them. That's crazy, actually. Little crypto TV show. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess we'll have to see. All right, let's wrap things up with this Coin Bureau's clip. Let's see, how long is this video? 8 minutes? Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll do a little AMA, and we'll talk about Dynex this afternoon. If you guys are interested, I want to dive into it just a little bit, try to see what I could see about it, and hopefully talk to a little bit of the community members. If anybody knows anything sketchy about it or positive about it or just anything in general, if you guys have anything, share it with me in Discord. That'd be awesome. All right, let's dive into this. This is Coin Bureau. Mr. Guy over there makes great videos. Let's see what he has to say.
Conference season is upon us, and the industry's big jamboree, Bitcoin Miami, is on the horizon. Now, even in a bear market, this event is worth watching because it tends to be where big things get announced. Think El Salvador adopting BTC as legal tender at the 2021 event as a prime example. However, while Bitcoin Miami may be the most well-known communion in the crypto conference calendar, the industry has no shortage of other big events taking place. And one of these just wrapped up a few days ago, CoinDesk's Consensus Conference, which went down in Austin, Texas at the end of last week. It's a hell of a town, Austin. I was there many years ago in my wilder days, and wow, it was a blast. Yeah, pretty much exactly like that, actually. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately perhaps, I wasn't able to make it to Austin this year, but I've been following what was talked about closely. Consensus has been running since 2015 and is one of the premier crypto industry events in the calendar. So, given all this, Consensus tends to throw up some interesting headlines, and this year's gathering was no exception. It featured appearances from, among many others, the likes of Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire, Animoca Brands CEO Yatsu, politicians Cynthia Lummis and Patrick McHenry, Bitcoin Uber bull Balaji Srinivasan, and William Shatner.
Hold on, that Balaji guy, this guy up here, is the guy that did that $1 million bet. This dude right here, within like whatever it was, couple months, 2 months, 3 months, right? So it's supposed to be by like June or something.
And William Shatner.
Weird.
So here are a few highlights from this year's Consensus Conference that caught my eye. We all know by now that the state of crypto regulation in the United States is in a right old, well, state. So it was cheering to hear Patrick McHenry, chairman of the House Financial Services Committee, sounding confident that the situation may be about to improve. McHenry, in conversation with Senator Cynthia Lummis, announced that meetings between the Financial Services Committee and the House Agriculture Committee would begin in May, with the aim of drafting crypto legislation and having it drawn up within the next 2 months. Now, that's not to say that any legislation will be passed that quickly. No, sir, because once it is drawn up, it will then need to begin its long, slow process through Congress. However, McHenry believes a bill could be signed into law by the president within a year, under the right circumstances. Meanwhile, Senator Lummis's own bill, introduced in partnership with Democrat Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, is also being redrafted and should also be presented within the next 2 months. Both McHenry and Lummis are well aware that other jurisdictions like the EU, Japan, Hong Kong, the UAE, and the UK are making tangible progress on introducing crypto regulations, and that if the US continues to drag its heels, then it will get left behind. While it looks like the promised land of regulatory clarity in the States is still some way off, it's good to see steps like these being taken, especially by politicians not exclusively from the Republican Party. Sorry to interrupt you folks, but I have to let you know about the Coin Bureau deals page. Now, my team and I have been able to pull together some of the best promos and discounts in the whole crypto space. We're talking trading fee discounts of over 50%, thousands of dollars in bonuses, amazing deals at top exchanges, reduced prices on hardware wallets, and much, much more besides. So just go to coinbureau.com/deals, also linked to below, and find the promo best suited to you. And now, back to the video. However, before we get too excited, it's worth considering the discussion that took place between representatives from the two US regulatory bodies most involved with crypto. A former commissioner from the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, and a former lawyer from the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, went toe-to-toe over the issue of crypto regulation and, surprise, surprise, couldn't agree on much, except that the system of regulation by enforcement would continue for the time being. Which means more Wells notices, lawsuits, threats, and episodes of Office Hours with Gary Gensler, where clumsy metaphors tumble forth like Englishmen on their afternoon off. The fact that the CFTC and the SEC can't agree on who should be responsible for regulating the crypto industry sums up the problems facing it in the US. So, all the more reason to hope that the politicians can get something meaningful together pronto, because otherwise the growing stream of crypto projects and personnel abandoning the US is only going to get larger. But let's move on to something more cheering. Now, you may have seen Friday's headline about how PayPal subsidiary Venmo is going to be adding support for fiat-to-crypto payments, as well as letting users transfer their crypto to other wallets. Now, both Venmo and PayPal have been allowing their users to buy crypto for some time, but this latest step is significant because it will allow that crypto to be sent elsewhere, be it another Venmo or PayPal user, or even a self-hosted wallet like your hardware device. And it will work in the other direction as well, of course. So, a lot more people will soon be able to transact in crypto through two of the biggest payment platforms in the United States, and presumably elsewhere before too long. The announcement at Consensus also hinted that further crypto integrations for PayPal and Venmo are in the pipeline. So, maybe they'll add more supported currencies beyond Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. So, watch this space. Adoption just got a small but significant step closer. In other news, Google Cloud announced a partnership with Polygon Labs to facilitate dApp development on Polygon. Near Protocol announced its new blockchain operating system, and Circle unveiled a new way of transferring USDC between blockchains that could replace bridges in the future. And there was more good news for Polygon too, as $1.4 trillion asset manager Franklin Templeton announced that one of its funds would be supported on Ethereum's leading Layer 2. However, all the partnership and project-specific announcements couldn't obscure the fact that the overriding issue of the moment is still, unfortunately, regulation. Now, we've talked enough about what is, or isn't, happening in the US right now, and so it's important to remember that, as gloomy as the situation may look at the moment, other jurisdictions are getting ready to pick up the slack. Unless the US moves quickly, it will find itself getting left behind. And as we've seen, there are plenty of other places all vying to replace it as the global capital of crypto. But the Consensus Conference also served to remind us that, in spite of all the uncertainty, building, development, and yes, progress are still taking place in the background to all the noise around regulations. So, if all the talk around regulations and politics has been getting you down recently, remember, the crypto industry is keeping calm and carrying on. And hey, Bitcoin Miami is probably going to be a blast.
Sweet. Shout out to Coin Bureau for that video. All right. Sorry, I was trying to answer some stuff with my phone at the same time. I want to have a conversation about Dynex later today. Guys, hit that like button too, please. 93 people here, 31 likes. Come on, man. I know if you guys are driving, it's okay. Don't do it. But if you're not, it'd be awesome if you could. I'd appreciate it. Veteran Miner, have a good day, buddy. I know you got some important meetings and stuff to do. You know, all that wire talk. Getting ready for Wired Wednesdays today. If you guys don't know, Veteran Miner and GPU Risers have a show called Wired Wednesdays, and they do a live stream. I think it's at like 8 maybe Eastern Standard Time, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Veteran Miner. Let's see. If you guys have any questions, please feel free in the chat to ask. We're going to hang out and just chit-chat for a bit. So I'm going to see if I can get Yeti on. He just agreed in the chat to come on with us this afternoon. So maybe if we can do a test on downloading the wallet and seeing if there's any sketchy virus or anything inside the wallet. I'm sure Yeti, I think he already did this actually with the Mining King at one point, like kind of behind the scenes, but I'd like to, if we could, do it live or at least talk about it. That'd be awesome. Yeti knows all the ins and outs of things like that when it comes to viruses, so that'd be awesome to actually know about and make sure it's safe, because I need to download it just to get myself a little bag. But at the same time, like, do you guys know of anything sketchy in the chat? Like, leave it in the chat if you can. That'd be awesome, or in the comments below after the fact. But if there's anything sketchy going on with Dynex or anything positive that you guys think about, I want to see I don't know, DJ Mine's video. We might watch that as well this afternoon. But Dynex, like, I don't know, man, it's popping off, right? So I don't know, it's up 5.2% on the day, 25 cents right now. It's, let's see, hashrate.no. Is it still, yeah, it's still on the top of the charts, most profitable, right? All coins profit, yeah. So Dynex and Nexa still a top two. I mean, Ironfish is here. Oh, look at that, ETC and Alf. That's cool. Interesting. Yeah, so I mean, overall, Dynex has been pretty profitable, I guess, for a lot of people. And a lot of people have been mining it, but I need to know more about it. So I'm just gonna read up on it in between right now and, you know, this afternoon's live stream at 2 p.m. and we'll go from there. I think that's pretty much all I can do, right? Just do some due diligence. Try to figure that out. See if I can get. Let's go to Dynex website real quick, actually, because if you guys don't know, I didn't realize that Dynex had as much to do with AI as it apparently does. There we go. Is this the site now? Hold on. Is this the site? I don't remember it being this crazy. I think they did some updates to this thing, huh? This is the real-time Dynex platform, solving problems. Block Explorer development. Wow, they actually have a lot of shit on here now. All right, I'm gonna have to dive through this today. This is definitely this has to be a new setup on the website. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Yeti. I don't remember seeing the site like this. Interesting. Yeah, but they're talking about anyone training machine learning models can significantly speed up the training process and increase the overall model performance. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. So like the way they were talking about it on what's it called, on DJ Mine's stream, with the dev Sumi, he was explaining how they use like 95%, if I'm not mistaken, of the GPU's power in the background while trying to more or less hash away with the other 5%. They're using the wasted 95% to do other things inside the Dynex network. But I don't know, that stuff's a little above my head, so hopefully Yeti can explain a little bit more that to us when it comes to that. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. We'll do that this afternoon. All right, any last questions before we get out of here? Let's see. Dynex has a $50 million market cap, said Mr. Fudweiser. Interesting. Had to grab my third spot on Panda's video real quick. Interesting. Patrick Murphy. Panda's video did just drop, so go check that out. All right, let's see. Magic Lucky said, oh yes, that's an excellent idea. Yeti wallet virus scan of any coin or a big thumbs up. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That's kind of what I want to do, because I need to download the wallet, and it being a core wallet, right? If I'm not mistaken, this is a core wallet. I want to make sure they're safe. That's just the biggest thing for me. Let's see. Geek of All Trades said he was definitely using a voice changer in DJ's video. If you heard him on bro, I thought the same thing. Is that just me? I was gonna bring that up this afternoon. Because I clicked on that video with Soap, And I listened to it for half a second and he sounds totally different. Or it's either that or it's not him. It might be a different person. I don't know. Was it supposed to be Sumi? Let's see. Why not make a bit of a series where we go through wallets and such? Yeah, I'm down, Yeti. If you want to do that once a week, we could do that. We could pick a different wallet and kind of go through it, make sure it's safe with these coins. Like if you wanted to go to, what's it called? Mining pool. What is it? I always forget. Mining pool stats or something like that. Hold on. Yeah, mining pools stats.stream. Every time I always forget this. Let's see. New coins. How do we do that? New coins. If we wanted to, yeah, we could go through like any new coins on this list or whatever and check out to see what their wallets are and see if there's any viruses and stuff. That'd be kind of cool. We need to make those server videos too. I know, I'm a slacker. Dude, I don't have time for it. I want to, but I just haven't had time, to be honest. I have so much crap like that I want to do. I just can never do it. Hobbyist Miner, good morning. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Let's see. Alltrack said you need to have a show. Hold on. You need to have a show me how to make VMs stream. Oh, Alltrack. That's actually a good idea. It'd be a real good idea. Mr. Yeti, we could totally do that together. It'd be kind of cool. It'd be really cool, actually. And if you guys are wondering, Pepe's still insane on the week. I wouldn't buy it, though. Please don't buy it. Such a shit coin. Oh, my God. All right, guys. Love you all. Hopefully, you guys have a great and happy Tuesday. We're going to be back later on today. We'll be talking about Dynex. We'll dive into it with our virus guy, Mr. Yeti, and teach you guys how to hopefully create a VM for that. So at some point, not today, but Dynex talk for sure. Have a good day. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace out. Appreciate you, Yeti.
Bye.